Welcome back to Big Mouth and welcome to Big Mouth Live. I hope everyone's okay. We've got one viewer already. Come in, say hello. So I'm just waiting for a few more people to come in before we start. I will be reading two articles, one about the Snyder Cut numbers from Small Screen. Then I'm going to tell you what I know about this. And then we're going to read out Andy Garfield's statement about not being in what was I going to say? Not being in Spider-Man 3. Bobcat, hey Mickey, Chubby Teddy Monster Productions. Hi Mick, hi Chubby Teddy Monster Productions. How are we all doing tonight? Are we all okay? Are more people going to come in or should we start? Let's start. Right, so this is an article from Small Screen. The Snyder Cut's real numbers on HBO Max are huge. Yes, they are huge. By Edward Lauder. It's been revealed that Zack Snyder's Justice League was viewed by more people on HBO Max than Warner Brothers Pictures would have you believe. Did anyone ever think that the Snyder Cut numbers were low anyway? Designated Pile Driver, hello mate. Bobcat, doing good Mickey, how about you? Very, very good Bobcat. This was revealed by Mikey Sutton, Saul Abdul, when they were talking to Samba TV's senior director, Dr. Jeffrey Silverman. You can check out the interview that Mikey and Sale conducted with Silverman on YouTube. It was really interesting discussion during which Silverman revealed that Snyder Cut's numbers on HBO Max are much higher than we've been led to believe. They were actively seeking to prevent these numbers from being released to the general public. No shit, Sherlock. It was also revealed during their interview with Silverman that only films to top Zack Snyder's Justice League were Disney Plus's Soul and HBO Max's Wonder Woman 1984. I can now confirm to you that that is a lie. That the Snyder Cut was actually viewed by more people than Wonder Woman 84, Godzilla vs. Kong, and Mortal Kombat. That's what I know. However, it has to be stated that Soul and Wonder Woman 84 were both new movies that had the potential to make over $1 billion at the box office if they had been released theatrically. But I can tell you now, Wonder Woman 84 didn't have repeat value. It wouldn't have made $1 billion. Silverman revealed that the Snyder Cut is absolutely a success. Yes, Mr. Silverman, we know. He added that it did great. That's an objective fact. What do you make of this news? So, Chubby Teddy Monsters production. We knew it. You called this years ago, Mick. I did. Bobcat. I figured they'd try to hide the numbers or make them seem low. Yeah, listen. I've oiled some palms and I've seen some things, and I can tell you, it's one of the most successful streaming events of all time. Go back to my videos before the film was released. I said this was the case. There is no way with Snyderverse fans watching the film on repeat, with mainstream audiences so intrigued that this wasn't one of the most streamed events in streaming history. Of course it beat Wonder Woman 84 and Mortal Kombat and Godzilla vs. Kong. It did. That's a fact. Bobcat. I figured they'd try and, oh yeah, I've already read that one, but yeah. So that's the thing there. So there's no question about it. Does this change anything? Does this mean all of a sudden we're going to restore the Snyderverse? No, but they're liars because they hid the numbers for one reason and one reason only, because they're scared. They don't want to give you the numbers to give you justification for saying, why aren't you restoring the Snyderverse? Because they definitely don't want to restore the Snyderverse. They don't care how well it did, what the financial potential of it is. That's how deep the hatred is towards Snyder and how much Snyder hates them and how much they hate him. It's personal now. Grace Randolph said this. I don't always base facts around Grace, but I think she's definitely right there. But yeah, I've seen it. I know what this film did. And although I'm not going to go into facts and figures, you can rest assured that this was one of the most successful things ever. Teddy Monster Productions, why do you think Toby is scared to restore the Snyderverse? He's not scared to restore the Snyderverse, Chubby Teddy Monster. Basically, they don't want to. They don't want to work with Zack Snyder anymore. You know, I think there was a plan to restore the Snyderverse. I think that's why it was going to be chapterized originally. But I think what happened was when they changed their ideas, and you know, at first we were going to have Warner Max, and that went in the bin, didn't it? I think they were pissed off with Ray Fisher. That Ray Fisher messed up a lot of things, and I think that's one of the reasons they've said it publicly. They believe that Zack put Ray up to this so he could control the whole of the DCEU again. They believe that. Who am I to say whether that's true or not? But that was an own goal. What Ray Fisher did was an own goal. What he said about Walter Hamada was an own goal. He was saying some strong things about, you know, Ray Fisher was saying some strong things about Walter Hamada. So I definitely believe that's the case. Why was it chapterized originally? And why wasn't it chapterized anymore? And we heard this BS about, you know, contracts and things like that. No. These things are easily sorted out. Let's be honest about this. They knew they were going to make money. So giving people a few more dollars was irrelevant. The point is they were pissed off with what Fisher was saying. With enough prep time, the nerd man, Ray Fisher was the one. That's why it's capsized. Yes, it is. It wasn't just that he pushed for the investigation. I think that was understandable for them. But the Walter Hamada takedown was outrageous. And I mean, before that takedown, I was a big supporter of Ray Fisher. I still think he's a wonderful young actor. But what he was saying was so raw and below the belt. And, you know, they've worked. Don't forget, Warner Brothers have been working with Walter over at New Line Cinema and now at DC for a very long time. They know his character. You cannot accuse this man of racism without actual proof. You can't be accusing the things of what he was doing. He wasn't going for Warner Media. He was going for an individual. Then saying he would not work for any production with Walter Hamada involved. Then saying that they took the job away from him. No, you took the job away from yourself, mate. You said you wouldn't work under any production that Walter Hamada was involved in. What did you think was going to happen? And so the situation is nuts. Listen, I probably think that Zack and Ray thought this was a good tactic. It didn't work. It got the fans on their side, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, yeah, the fans are customers. But the people holding the IP are king. Leroy Kong, hello. The Snyder Cut is a huge success. We need more. Yes, Leroy, it's a very big success. That's official now. We know that. I still think they should work with Zack. It's business, and he'll make them money. Unless Matt Reeves directs Justice League 2. I don't think Matt will be doing Justice League 2. I think Andy Muschietti will be writing and directing Justice League 2. I think he's their man now. Bobcat Ray did it to himself, honestly. Yes, you know, it's one thing pushing for an investigation. Listen, the whole thing was messy. You know, I personally think once the Snyder Cut was greenlit, it should have been peacetime. Pretend you love each other, man. Stand in a picture with Jeff Johns and pretend you're effing friends. Do it for the business. Do it for your future. You know, other people do it. Yusuf Ajuan, like Justice Society World War II, I'm saying race swapping doesn't matter if the acting was good, maybe. I agree. Listen, if you're casting another person, if you're race swapping someone who's originally a different color in its origin, but you're only doing it for representation, I don't agree with that. But at the end of the day, if the performance is good, the performance is good. But this is political now, isn't it? Chubby Teddy Monster Productions. You think Snyderverse will be on HBO Max as a contingency to Hamadaverse? Not yet. The Hamadaverse, if Flashpoint fails, I think they may have to go back to Zack. Or they're just going to have to give up, and they're not going to give up. They'd have to start again. Listen, I don't know. You know, this could be such a mess or such a success. The Hamadaverse is happening. There's many films in production. There's TV shows in production. They're going to give this a fair go. So where are we? The fans should have shown appreciation. And listen, you know, the fans fought to release the Snyder Cut. Warner Brothers didn't want to do it. Yeah, and I get the fans' frustration. But also the fans were manipulated by Ray Fisher as well. You know, fans are innocent people. You know, they follow who they follow. They stand who they stand. So I don't really blame the fans. I blame the creatives. I blame the studio. All sides should have got together. As I said, as soon as that film's greenlit, it should be peacetime, man. What was all the fighting for? Yeah, right. They were treated badly on set, but it's gone. You've got new leadership now. Hamada had nothing to do with that. So why put him in the line of fire? It seems like a bum tactic. Yusuf Ajuwan, race swapping Catwoman and Nick Fury and Iris West. Well, obviously Nick Fury is Samuel Jackson, no problem with that. Catwoman is Aquaman's stepdaughter, so she got the part out of nepotism. That's the only reason she's got that part. I hope she's good. We'll soon find out. Look, the race swapping thing is a controversial thing, but it's all about politics. Hollywood is political now. It's about representation and inclusion. The problem is that, you know, there's only seems to be one race being included right now and everyone else is being cancelled. But it's interesting, it's not even real representation. If you look at the backgrounds of these people, the backgrounds are the same as the people who run Hollywood. It's not real representation. With enough prep time, the nerd man, I 100% joined the fans. They sent what's that? I 100% joined the fans. They sent death threats to Johns, Hamada, etc. Oh, sorry, let me read that again because I think you spelled something wrong. I 100% blame the fans. They sent death threats to Johns, Hamada, etc. And Ray provided no proof or even would tell us what happened. Right. Let me tell you this. I agree with you with enough prep time, the nerd man. If anyone sent death threats to anyone, because, you know, Jeff Johns didn't deserve death threats. Walter, definitely, who had nothing to do with anything, didn't deserve death threats. But no one deserves, if that's true. The funny thing is we never see these death threats either, do we? Drizzy Dare, 100%. JM, heart back to you. With enough prep time, the nerd man, blame the fans, yeah? I worked it out for myself. Listen, it's not all fans. Let's remember this. If a few idiots are sending death threats, let's not blame the whole Snyderverse community. Bobcat, I'm okay with Black Canary being race-bended. Journey is amazing as Black Canary. She is. Listen, if I see a good performance, listen, in reality, it's not a good thing because what happens if a black person is swapped for a white person? It's called whitewashing, right? Why isn't it the other way around? Right, Chubby Teddy Monster Productions, I agree with you, Mick. That should have been a time to celebrate. The Snyder Cut top with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The studio should have been hugging and popping bubbly. Exactly. But it became so triggered with Ray and what he was saying. I mean, I'm trying to remember some of the stuff that Ray said about Walter Hamada. Some of it was below the belt, that he was blocking the investigation, that he's dangerous. He actually was calling him a dangerous individual. Why, Ray? You went too far, mate. You went too far. Sorry. And you cost your boss, all of our boss, the man we love and stand, his future with DC. With enough, sorry, I can hear my dad. I thought he was screaming. I think he's talking on the phone. It's okay. With enough prep time, the nerd man, Bane was made white in Dark Knight Rises and no one had a problem. Well, I didn't know he was originally black, but I would have a problem with that. Either way, listen, enough prep time and nerd man. It doesn't matter what way it's done. It is wrong. That is not representation. Deleting one race and giving another race jobs, right? That's not representation. And whatever way it's done, I do not agree with it. Drizzy Dre. The Snyder fans don't send death threats. We tweet, restore the Snyderverse. Most of us do. And you know what? With enough prep time, Bane is, I don't know why, but they want me to hide your comment. Bane is Hispanic. I'm going to hide it anyway so I don't get in trouble, but I've read it out for you. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, listen, as I say, it doesn't matter what way it's done. It's wrong. It is wrong, and I stand by that. Now we're lucky; we've got versions of Superman where he's a black man, and that's cool. But Kal-El, Clark Kent, being played by a black man, I wouldn't like it. But let's say if it was Denzel Washington playing an old, burnt-out Superman, I'd be more than happy about that. It's like what's his name? What's his name? Who played Perry White, right? That was race swapping, but they did that because it was the actor. That actor's Morbius. That actor's amazing. So I can live with that. But when they get some average actor, whether it's a white person replacing a black person or whatever, the other way around, I don't like that. I mean, at heart, I'm a DC fan and I'll give anything they put out a chance. So will I. But obviously, Zack Snyder's trilogy is a beautiful trilogy. They look, from the very beginning, they should have let the man finish his arc. He was going to do a Flashpoint movie himself and wipe it all out anyway, so someone else could come in, like they do with the comics. It's a great idea, and now they're doing that very thing. But if they let Snyder do his arc, then finish off, this would have been over. But they got scared by the reactions. With enough prep time, the Nerdman, Dizzy Dre, the fans harassed WBs, even on Stop Asian Hate. They were sending thousands of Restore the Snyderverse. Listen, yes, I understand that's probably not the best thing to do, but I wouldn't call that harassment as much with enough prep time and Nerdman. That's your opinion and you're entitled to it. It's ill-conceived and it's not a good idea, but I wouldn't call that harassment. They don't know any better. They're just, they're just desperately, tweeting that hashtag all the time. But I know what you're saying, but I wouldn't start blaming people for things like that. Death threats, things like that, aggression. That's the stuff I don't like. But remember, the majority of Snyderverse fans are giving to charity. They're good people. They're family people. I know quite a few of them. People like Chris Wong Svensson, he's a family man. He's not toxic. And there's loads of people on the platform, on YouTube, ordinary, everyday family people, men and women, and all other identities, nice people. So let's not just band in everyone as people who are giving toxic death threats and things like that. There are a lot of intelligent, good people, part of the Snyderverse fandom. I'm a part of the Snyderverse fandom in terms of DC. I don't stand him with everything he's ever done. I appreciate him. I appreciate his DC films as a DC fan. Bobcat, James and Margot have upcoming projects at DC confirmed. Yes, that's something else I want to talk about right now. I can go beyond that, and I forgot all about this. How could I forget this? Basically, what's his name? James Gunn, that's it. James Gunn and Margot Robbie will be doing a Harley Quinn film together. This has not been announced yet. I should have left it for clickbait for tomorrow's Big Mouth Daily. That's why I'm not successful, everyone. Give me some likes for that, right? I could have been clickbaiting you. I forgot all about this. This is actually definitely happening. James Gunn and Margot Robbie have been upped because they're doing a Harley Quinn film together. After Guardians of the Galaxy 3, James Gunn will no longer work with Disney or the MCU. Right, with enough prep time and the Nerdman. They were calling for WB's heads to be fired. I'm a Snyder fan as well, but it's too much. Yeah, I know there are good guys, but unlike you, they don't call out the bad. They spread false rumors instead. Yes, there's a lot of propaganda out there. Crap about the Joker movie that WB didn't have faith in it. All they did was bring partners, financial partners in, right? Just in case, right? Nobody knew if that film was going to be successful or not. Ronnie Dodge. Hi, Mick. Hi, Ronnie. One of my fave dudes. Harley Quinn project could be announced at Fandom. I think so, Ronnie. That is definitely happening. I know that for a fact. Drizzy Dre. We who want the Snyderverse should just chill and just plan that hashtag once a month. Let them put out their movies that they have now. Once they don't make the money they want. Right, Drizzy Dre, that could be something that happens. We have to wait and see until we feed off the content. Chubby Teddy Monster Productions. When are you and Grace going to have a glass of wine together? I think you two would be a dashing couple. Chubby, I love Grace. I think she's a beautiful woman, but she blocked me because we had an argument about David Ayer's Suicide Squad when it was first released. She trashed it. I didn't like it. I wasn't toxic or anything. We were just having a little quote tweet thing, and she's blocked me. I've tried to get people to get me unblocked, but it's not happening. I reckon, right, we should spread this. Me and Grace Randolph, right? Maybe she'll unblock me. Maybe she'd like a glass of wine with me. Maybe she's got a husband. Maybe she's got a wife. Who knows? I don't know anyway. But definitely, what I love about Grace, actually, and it's a shame she's blocked me, she's a very intelligent woman, one of the few female, bloggers on YouTube, done so successful. She knows her movies, and not just the MCU and the DCEU. Films gone by. She's a movie fan all round, and I'd love a glass of wine. I'd talk to her about movies all night. So good one, Chubby Teddy Monster Productions. Drizzy Dre, we will get there. I hope so, Drizzy Dre. I think patience is needed and see what happens, I think for the time being, die-hard Snyder fans, go over to Netflix, enjoy what he's got coming over there. I'm certainly going to support it and review it on this channel. Bobcat, I'm going to support the Suicide Squad regardless of the Snyderverse or not, lol. Yes, so am I. You're very invested. You've obviously read the comics, and I'm very excited for you because it's a great film and it's a very, very comic, a comics accurate kind of film. What I would say is very, very loyal. And James Gunn actually posted a lot of comics when he was first put on the project. And if you look back on his feeds and his accounts, you'll find them, and that will give you some big clues. So definitely with you, Bobcat. Listen, I'm a guy, I'm a lover instead of a hater. I can have arguments with people or not like something. I always slag off the MCU. I've got every bloody MCU film there and I love them. They're good. They're good entertainment. I can't deny that. I think Kevin Feige has done very, very well. I see what he's doing and I think he's clever. What he's doing with the multiverse in Phase 4, very clever. WandaVision, very clever. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, good in places. Drizzy Drake, I like Grace. I like her opinions, good or bad. She's a DC fan. She just can't deny what the MCU did. Yes, well, she's obsessed with the MCU. All she does is mention Kevin Feige. A bit frustrating at times, actually. But yeah, look, Grace is a bit out there. I'm not being funny, but you know, she's a unique person. Chubby Teddy Monster Production. I think we'll see the Snyderverse sooner. We think. Support Army of the Dead. We did the Snyder cut. Snyder's value has appreciated. Absolutely. Drizzy Dre. MCU films are not bad. No, they're not bad films. I mean, they're not Gone with the Wind. They're not Titanic. They're not Born on the 4th of July. JFK, the great movies, Platoon. But they're good films, right? Bobcat. This Harley Quinn film has had me excited all day. Yes, I think it's definitely happening. I haven't seen anything officially. Right, while we're chatting there, carry on posting your comments because I want to read you the quote from Andy Garfield about Spider-Man 3 if I can find it. So let's have a look. Good news, Brie Larson's working out. I bet you'll sleep well tonight about that. And isn't it great that my good friend Elizabeth Olsen is going to be doing a big project for HBO Max. I'm really excited. She's such a great kid and she's been in the industry since being a kid. Right, where are we? Here we are. Let's have a look on this Screen Rant article. It should be on here. So let's have a look. Let's see if there's any quotes here. Right, let's read the whole thing. Are you ready? Andrew Garfield gives a very long denial of Spider-Man No Way Home return. This is by Cooper Hood of Screen Rant. Andy Garfield shuts down rumours that he has a cameo in Spider-Man No Way Home. As his Peter Parker from the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, Andrew Garfield shuts down rumours that he'll appear in Spider-Man No Way Home as Peter Parker with a very long denial. Marvel Studios and Sony rebooted Spider-Man several years ago to incorporate the character into Marvel Cinematic Universe. Tom Holland's Spider-Man has become a very popular interpretation of the character. Holland has played Spider-Man in 5 MCU movies so far, and his next appearance will come as the lead of Spider-Man in No Way Home. Official details on the movie have been closely guarded, but there are multiple signs about incorporating the multiverse. With the multiverse expected to factor into Spider-Man No Way Home, there are countless rumours about who could appear. Past Spider-Man villains like Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, that's been confirmed by the way, and Jamie Foxx's Electro, confirmed by the way, are set to appear. Reports even point to Daredevil star Charlie Cox playing Matt Murdock. The biggest rumour swirling around Spider-Man No Way Home is that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will appear as their former versions of Spider-Man. Those involved with the film, including Holland, have continued to deny these rumours are accurate. Now, Garfield has emphatically done the same. During the recent interview with Josh Horowitz in his Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, Andrew Garfield was asked about the validity of the Spider-Man No Way Home cameo rumours. Garfield immediately jumps in to say that the speculation has gotten out of control and that he isn't in the movie and hasn't been called about making an appearance. His advice to fans is for them to chill and temper their expectations for him to play the Amazing Spider-Man's version of the web slinger again in Spider-Man No Way Home. See his full response in the video below. Andrew Garfield is ready to talk about those rumours. Should we? Let's have a look. Let me just have a listen to this.
there is something to ruin, except there isn't anything to ruin, bro. I have to just quickly cut you off. There's nothing to ruin. Really? Like it's so crazy to like. This just gotten out of hand. This is all bullshit, dude. It's fucking hilarious to me because it's like because I do have this Twitter account and I see like how often like Spider-Man is trending and it's like people freaking out about a thing and I'm just like, guys, like, oh, no. I wish I could just like be able to speak to everyone and say like, how did this take off? Because you are. I recommend that you chill. Like, listen, I can't speak for anything else apart from myself. Sure. Like they might be doing something, but then ain't none.
Oh, he's lying. He is so lying. If you saw this video, you need to check. You need to see this video. Oh my God, that's. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a load of pants. If you see the expression on this guy's face, Drizzy Dre, I can't watch most of the MCU movies more than once. Only CA, the first Avengers and Infinity War, and the first Iron Man, and the last 58 minutes of Endgame. Those I like. I watch more than once. Drizzy Dre. The other movies are blah, can't watch more than once. Swear. Bobcat. Wow, that sounds so fake. Honestly, Bobcat, you need to see this interview. You honestly, Roddy Dodge, trying to get himself outside of the hole. Honestly, right? Have you seen this video? Let me know. Because the guy is laughing. He's going, oh my God, this is fucking cracking me up. Oh my God, I want people to temper their expectations. And do you know what's really funny? Him saying he's got a Twitter account. They've all got little bot accounts, all these famous people, so they can see what's going on. Right, Andrew Garfield, you're lying. You're in Spider-Man No Way Home. Tobey Maguire is in Spider-Man No Way Home. Your villains are in Spider-Man No Way Home, confirmed, so are you. Nice try, but never mind. Yeah, I was like, stop bullshitting, mate. Oh my God, honestly, it's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. Mate, don't get me wrong, I don't blame them. They've been told to lie. He's obviously there doing an interview. He knew he was going to be asked a question, but the guy isn't taking it seriously. He knows he's lying. He is lying. He is in it. Hip hip hooray. They're all going to be in it. This is a kind of flashpoint movie for the MCU. End of the year. Can't wait. Things like this are amazing. I think Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is the best live-action Spider-Man. I think Garfield wasn't really for me, but I'm happy for Garfield's fans that he's going to be involved. Anyway, let's keep the chat going. Good chat, good stream so far. So, yes, just to clarify, just to be honest, I have seen the official Snyder Cut numbers. I did oil some palms to see them, so I'm not going to reveal facts and figures and stuff like that. But I can tell you that it was more popular and more viewed than Wonder Woman 84, Mortal Kombat, and Godzilla vs. Kong. They are lying. They are purposely lying. It's outrageous, but this is how desperate they are. Tom Holland's my favourite, mainly because I relate to him more. Well, if you're a young man, Bobcat, and he's a young guy, my niece fancies him. Sorry, Yaz, but you do. You know, she's got a crush on him, right? So, young people do. I like Tom. I think he's a great actor. He's not the problem. His films were just too watered down. With enough prep time in the Nerdman, hot take, Andrew Garfield, Amazing Spider-Man 1 is the best Spider-Man movie. Listen, Chuck, it's not for me, but let me tell you what I appreciate about it. The concept of the secrets about his mum and his father and their deaths. I think that was a great brand new take on Spider-Man. And I congratulate the makers of that film. Drizzy Dre, he should have said, I never hear that. Kevin Feige, call me up for that if it's happening, lol. That should be his response. No, it was so funny. Honestly, I expected him to be serious, and I thought, all right, maybe it's just Toby who's in this, but no. Both their villains are in this film. They're in this film. He's lying. It's all a bit of fun. He's not taking it seriously. I'm not having a go at Andy. Andy's a great guy, very talented guy, by the way. And I loved what he said about Mel Gibson when he did that Mel Gibson movie. It was very nice and flattering because a lot of people have got a lot of shit to say about Mel. And I'm a big fan of Mel because I grew up watching his movies and one of the best directors ever. with enough prep time, the Nerdman. If you'd never seen Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man is actually a great origin movie. Listen, I think they're okay. They're not bad movies, but I was so obsessed with Tobey Maguire, it was hard to get into his ones. It's like when you get a new Doctor in Doctor Who. It took me ages to get into Tennant after Eccleston. I missed Eccleston so much. And this is when you get new actors and new surroundings and a new story, it's difficult. Yusuf Ajuwan, I like to watch Disney animated movies over live action one. Yeah, I love the classics. Snow White, big fan. 101 Dalmatians, but even the one with Glenn Close is pretty awesome, isn't it? The new one they're doing, cringe. But it's all about the strong, powerful villainess, So I'm afraid Hollywood are nuts. So we have got 12 people in the chat. I think that's probably the most I've ever had, which is kind of embarrassing for me, but I'm celebrating it anyway. So for everyone who's come in, thank you. But I've only got 3 likes. Don't you like me? Do you realise my videos will be seen if you just press like? I'm a nice guy. I've got nephews and nieces. They love me. Come on, you should love me too. Thank you. Whoever did that, whoever just hit like, mwah, appreciated. Drop a like, guys. Thank you, Bobcat. Very, very, very much appreciated. Let me know in the comments where you're all from. Don't worry, I'm not going to come and find you. And Ronnie Dodge, that was me, mate. Thank you, Ronnie. 5 likes. Thank you. You're so awesome. I think the only video that trended and did really well was my I've Seen Aquaman movie from 2 years ago or whatever. I couldn't believe it. I kept on getting follows and everyone was watching it. I've never had such a successful video. With enough prep time, Nerdman, yeah. But comic accuracy, sorry. I love Toby and he has the best overall movies. But I love Toby and he had the best overall movies. But if I was going to show a kid who'd never seen a Spider-Man movie, one movie, it's Amazing Spider-Man 1 and Amazing Spider-Man 2. It is trash though. If I was showing a kid into Spider-Man, I'd be showing him Tobey Maguire's, Raimi's first movie. I think it's brilliant. Quite dated, but still awesome. Right, Drizzy Dre. It's sad that the best guys in their field always do the worst. It's very sad. Mel Gibson and R. Kelly, they're the greats in their respective fields. Well, definitely, I don't know much about R. Kelly, but I've heard some of his songs, and I think he's okay. But Mel Gibson, he's directed 3 of the best films of all time. Braveheart, Passion of the Christ. He's doing a sequel to that. What an achievement, let alone the stuff he's done as an actor. So people can say what they like about him. His films will go down in cinematic history. Drizzy Dre, 7 likes. Oh, wow. Thank you, everyone. I'm really touched by that. It doesn't cost you anything, does it? Because I'm not monetized or anything. I'm not making any money. Hopefully one day we can get there. Drizzy Dre, I'm your 4th like from JM Jamaica. Oh, Jamaica, lovely place. Thank you very much, Drizzy Dre. It's great to know that so many people, or not so many people, but different people from different places around the world could be sitting down with their cup of tea or whatever, or their spliff or whatever, watching my videos. Ronnie Dodge, when it comes to the Snyderverse, what hurt it the most with it to continue is Ray Fisher. Yeah, Ronnie. At the end of the day, it's an own goal. And I don't know what he's planning to say next. But if I was him, I'd pipe down. Bobcat, your commitment to YouTube is amazing and it will be rewarded, if not now, further down the road. Thank you, Bobcat. I hope so. With enough prep time, the Nerdman. If you could show a 14-year-old kid one Superman movie to make him a Superman fan, either live action or animated, which one would it be? Fellow Brit gave you a like. Thank you. I love the Brits. I'm a Brit, Greek Cypriot blood, but I feel British. Thank you. But anyway, what would I show them? It's a difficult one because I think a kid of today wouldn't sit through Superman the movie. I mean, that's the movie that made me a Superman fan and a DC fan. But I don't think a kid would sit through that Krypton scene. I think they'd be interested by the Smallville stuff when he finally is Superman. But I think they would get bored of that movie. The pacing's slow because at that time, that's what the pacing was like. I'd probably show them Man of Steel to grab their attention. But the thing is, the true values of Superman are really all in Superman the movie. So it's interesting. That's a difficult one. And I don't think any kid would sit through Superman Returns either. Right, Ronnie Dodge. Ray annoyed me with his comments when The Flash started filming. I mean, Ezra's supposed to be his friend. If someone did that to my movie, I wouldn't be happy. They all say they're friends, Ronnie, in this industry. No one's really friends. It's all bullshit. Bobcat, if I had to show a kid something to make them a DC fan, I'd use Batman, the animated series. Work for me. I think Smallville would be a great thing to show people as well. By the way, I got hearts today from Michael Rosenbaum because I did a TikTok duet of him in Shattered. And I said, Michael Rosenbaum, you are the best. No DC fan cannot like what you did. So he gave me hearts. That's awesome, right? With enough prep time, the Nerdman. That's my dilemma with Man of Steel. I think I'd show them Superman and the Elite. Oh my God, that film at the end when everyone thinks he's killed the Elite, and then he stands there and he reveals he never did that, and he talks about why he would never kill. Now do you understand why people are triggered? Why people like Jeff Johns are so triggered by Superman killing Zod? It means this character means a lot, and one of his stances is a no-kill policy. And I think this is why nobody on either side of the argument is wrong, but you can understand why people got mad. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, that's true, mate. Bobcat, Superman and the Elite is amazing. Ben Pottimeyer, I like Inside of You podcast with Rosenbaum. I love it. He's found a way to make a living. It's just sad that he's not acting. He's one of the best actors I've ever seen in terms of Smallville, but he tried to get into comedy because he loves to make people laugh. Didn't really work out. I would absolutely love him as Lex, and James Gunn is really good friends with Michael Rosenbaum, so maybe he can make something happen one day. Yeah, the Inside of You podcast, though, was a great idea for him to make some money. All his friends are going to do the interviews. He probably does have to still pay them. The one with Tom Welling was amazing, really liked that. There was the Christine Crook one as well. I've got lots of time for Chris. Really bullied by the Chloe's fandom as well from Smallville. Absolutely disgraceful, and she hated the fans in the end because they just wouldn't give her any moment's peace. It was, what a shame, what a shame. I heard James Gunn signed on for 2 more of the Suicide Squad movies. He signed on for the movies, and I think he's going to do, well, I know he's going to do a Harley Quinn movie as well. Very excited. Drizzy Dre, Bobcat Justice League, the animated series, would be a better choice. Do you know what? An even better choice, Justice League Unlimited. Or Batman, the Brave and the Bold. I love Batman, the Brave and the Bold. I've got all the seasons on my Prime Video. That is a piece of classic animation. It's fun. It's light. With enough prep time, the Nerdman, I think if I wanted to get a kid into DC movies, it would have to be Batman Begins, Wonder Woman, or Shazam, depending on their disposition. Well, you know what? You're right. I think that Batman Begins is a great Batman movie. It's my favorite one. I love Burton's Batman and Batman Returns as well. They're probably my three favorite Batman movies, by the way. Wonder Woman 2017, one of my favorite CBMs of all time. And Shazam is brilliant for kids and parents to sit there and watch it together because it's about parents, it's about kids. It's great. Bobcat, I love Batman Brave and the Bold. Love Blue Beetle and Huntress in that. Oh my God, it's so good. And the Plastic Man dynamic. It's the whole everything. There's not dead air in that animated series. It's funny, it's fun, it's light. But I like the pre-title scenes they always do. They always mostly have nothing to do with the rest of the episode, but they're really, really cool, and I love them. It's a great animated series. Again, great success from Bruce Timm. The man certainly knows DC. Drizzy Dre, DC has so much it can pull from. Their animation are amazing. They can make so much movies from those. So what do you think with my idea about the multiverse strategy, with the animated characters crossing over with the live action? That'd be interesting. Imagine if there was actually an Earth with just animated DC characters, and the DCEU characters cross over with them. It would be a fun little episode or movie, wouldn't it? Right, where am I? With enough prep time, the Nerdman, rank Batman live action movies. Right, now I have to remember them all. Right, so I'm going. Batman Begins, Batman Returns, Batman 89, The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. Have I got those right? And actually, the 1960s Adam West Batman movie is awesome. So I'd probably put that before Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. I love that film. Bobcat, I think part of the reason Marvel is so popular is most people who watch those films never read the comics. Yeah, it's true, because a lot of Marvel comic stands hate the MCU. Hulk fans despise Faye for what he's done to their character. So it's not all perfect, but he's making money. The media. I mean, all these journalists and bloggers just kiss his backside. I mean, I like him. He's a very talented man. With enough prep time, the Nerdman. I think actually it was Dwayne McDuffie and Bruce Timm who had great synergy together. People forget Dwayne McDuffie. Yeah, that's true, but I still think that most of the name, you still have to give, what's his name? Tim? I forgot his name now. I've only just said it. But yeah. But Bruce Timm, Bruce Timm's a genius. But yeah, definitely. I wouldn't leave his name out either. Drizzy Dre, true, Bobcat. Igor, only problem with Batman 66 film is Lee Merriweather instead of Julie Newmar. Do you know what, though? In that film, I really fancy Catwoman. I really fancied her as a kid. She's so hot. So even though I agree with you, but she's hot in that film. Bobcat, I have a theory that General Luna guy is also a villain in the Suicide Squad. Keep the theories coming. I can't respond, but I love them. I love them. I think you're great, and your ideas are great. So keep them coming. So and the General Luna character, full of great characters. That film. One thing about James Gunn, and I know some people don't like him and stuff like that. He creates films full of characters, doesn't he? That's why his Guardians films are so successful. What he does works. He's a fun guy. Drizzy Dre, if MCU was with Sony or Universal, they wouldn't be so popular. The Disney machine is awesome. But you know what? Before the MCU and before they bought Star Wars and before they bought Pixar, they were struggling, my friend. Igor, Bruce Timm and Andrea Romano. She doesn't get enough credit for the voice casting. Oh, yeah. Andrea is a goddess and genius. And voice directing of the animated series. Look, Igor, I couldn't agree more. Ben Pottimeyer, what's your thoughts? Oh my God, I'm losing this. What's your thoughts on Batman Forever Schumacher cut? Seems to be more darker. I haven't seen it, but I want to see it. And I'm hearing that Warner Brothers are more interested in Batman Forever cut than the Air cut. With enough prep time, the Nerdman, the best DC animated movie, Dwayne McDuffie, the worst are Bruce Timm's. Let's say that again. With enough prep time, Nerdman, the best DC animated movie, Dwayne McDuffie. The worst are Bruce Timm ones. So I'm saying I think Tim is amazing for the series, but for Justice League improved on Batman and Dwayne was on JL and JLUL. Well, it depends on your taste, really, doesn't it? Bobcat. Also in the trailer, we see Rick and Peacemaker fighting in the tunnel-like place, probably in the tower. And I think when the tower collapses, they will both die. Lightsaber 328, the man. Welcome to the chat. Drizzy Dre, Disney machine ruined them. Yes, you've got a great point there as well. Lightsaber 328, the man ruined. I think he was just correcting himself there. Bobcat, Rick might betray Amanda Waller. Now that I think about it. Interesting. You trying to read my mind? Don't bother. You don't want to see what's in here, mate. Honestly. Honestly. You wouldn't stay on the video. With enough prep time, the Nerdman, what trailer is Peacemaker and Rick fighting in? Well, there's 2 trailers, isn't there? So I think Bobcat's really looked at these trailers and zoomed in, hasn't he? Drizzy Dre, I think they should turn the Mortal Kombat versus Justice League game movie cutscene. That would be crazy. Dark Khan would be awesome. Ronnie Dodd, I just looked up IMDb stunt people doing The Flash. Also did Zack's Justice League, which could be very exciting. That is interesting, isn't it? I think, listen, at least Walter Hamada and Andrew Muschietti are not as petty as Patty Jenkins, who sacked all of Zack's people. And look how that movie turned out. And I'm sure the company weren't very happy with binning Zack's people, even though they have issues with Zack. They're not dumb. They know his stunt people and VFX people are the best in the business. They're better than ILM. Let me be clear there. Ronnie Dodge. I just looked up on... Oh, sorry, I just read that. But yeah, definitely. Bobcat, in the behind-the-scenes reel from Fandom. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I go frame by frame on every trailer. I thought you might. TV spot behind-the-scenes thing for the Suicide Squad. When I saw that sizzle reel on the night of Fandom, I was like, this is fucking better than a proper trailer. I was so excited. And all the cast saying, you've never seen a film like this before. Amazing. And I thought you might be focusing on stuff like that. It's good. Look, it's happened with me when I'm so excited. It normally happens with me when there's a Superman movie. Again and again, I'm rewatching them and, you know, pausing. It's so exciting for me. There's nothing bigger than a build-up to a Superman movie. And let's hope, well, we know we're getting one. Let's see what happens with Cavill as well. I think we've got some exciting announcements, that's for sure. All right, Bobcat. Also, the makeup they were doing on Savant might be for his head getting blown off, maybe. Ben Pottimeyer. I think they should recast Black Panther because there are so many actors that can do that role. No one thought anyone could come close to Ledger's Joker until Phoenix's Joker came along. Well, you've got a point about the Phoenix thing, but the thing is, they don't want to shit on his memory. You know, they love the guy. They think this is the best way forward, and I think they're probably right. Abraham Herrera, you are right. Zach's people are the best at VFX. They are. I've never seen anything that comes close. They use Weta, don't they? And I think they are the best company. They did Lord of the Rings, and they're doing the Lord of the Rings TV show as well. Bobcat, I think Savant will get scared and run back into the ocean after being set up as a leading character in the film. So it's shocking, but not really for me. Maybe. But yeah, the VFX, you know, Zach's VFX is sensational. Everything that guy does, he's a perfectionist. You know, in terms of the way a film looks, you can have a go at other elements of Zach's movies if you're in that way inclined. But I think for sure, what his films look like are beautiful. There are. Drizzy Dre should make the Batman in Deathstroke movie. Make Ben direct and John Wick fight choreographer do the fight scenes and Zach produce. That would be awesome. Let's see what happens. I certainly think there's no issues between Warner Brothers and Ben Affleck. A lot of shit coming out of Ben today. No, not out of Ben, but from Ben, about Ben today. Apparently he was on some chat rooms or something chasing women, which there's nothing wrong with, but there you go. Ronnie Dodge, what makes me more excited for this year's fandom than last year's? They got a lot more time to do things and plan stuff, and I hope we see Keaton there this year. Well, the thing is, they've got everything would have been in production for quite a while. There's going to be sizzle reels at least, announcements. Yes, Ronnie, it's very, very exciting, and I'm excited. The thing is, right now, people saying, look what the MCU just showed with their sizzle reel. What's going on with DC? Well, they've only just gone into production, and I'm sure Matt Reeves, he's finished shooting the Batman, so he's certainly going to have a proper trailer for us, and I'm looking forward to that. Certainly we'll react to it here on Big Mouth. You won't be able to see it here on Big Mouth because I don't want my videos taken down. They're very strict now. I also think King Shark will die on further inspection, and Polka Dot Man might sacrifice himself. Bloodsport is definitely dead. Guarantee his daughter gets his gun. Maybe, who knows? I'm quite annoyed with myself tonight. I forgot my glass of water, and my voice is Drizzy Dre, where are we? Right, Drizzy Dre. Zach's movies are beautiful. He is about the feeling for him. What he wants you to feel in every scene. True. Abraham Herrera. Sadly, as much as I want the Snyderverse to continue, I feel like WB hates Zach, and I don't want Zach to work in that environment. Well, listen, I think it's a mutual hate. This is what happens when people can't sit around the table and compromise together. Ben Pottimeyer. I think the Riddler in the new Batman will be a mix of Hush, where Bruce and the Riddler were childhood friends. Maybe. I think he's more than a villain, though, because he's trying to get vengeance. He's trying to expose the bad people of Gotham City, and maybe Bruce's parents were some of those bad people. With enough prep time, the Nerdman, Ben Affleck, Patty Jenkins, Chris Terrio, and even Zack Snyder have all said they like Jeff Johns. Chris was kind of throwing Ray under the bus with that one. Say that again, Chris Terrio. Yes, it's interesting, isn't it? A lot of people seem to like you. Listen, right? Jeff Johns has a certain point of view, how DC stories should be told. Zack Snyder has another story, so they clashed. You know, like us fans clash sometimes when we don't agree. It's the same thing. It's just fans clashing, but they're the creatives. It's understandable, right? It's understandable that people have different opinions. And some of the shit Jeff Johns, I mean, everyone's treating Jeff Johns like he's some kind of serial killer. It's ridiculous. Bobcat, Harley and Ratcatcher 2 are the only ones 100% safe. If you say so. Drizzy Dre, WB wants to see how their upcoming movies do before chat with Zach. Bobcat, yeah, I think you're right, Drizzy Dre. Bobcat, Boomerang. Boomerang either kills himself with his boomerang or lives through betraying the squad. Boomerang is a terrible person in the comics, he is. That's why I like him. So it makes sense. Might not make it out in one piece, but who knows? And Flashpoint is coming, so you know what that means. Shizzo89. Hi, mate. I don't care about Snyder or his divisive movies, but just want Henry back or any news, good news or bad about his future in this franchise. Well, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. You don't have to care about Zach's movies, but yeah, Henry is a brilliant Superman and another brilliant piece of casting by Zach, and we want him to do more Superman. Abraham Herrera. The boomerang thing is true, but I think he's used as comic relief in the movies. Yeah, I think you've got a point there. Ronnie Dodge, what makes me excited for the future for the DCEU is Jim Lee overseeing stuff. Yeah, Jim Lee and Walter, a comic book guy, a top producer, should be a good partnership. Ben Pottimeyer, if Jeff Johns started from scratch creating a DC universe, it would be light-hearted but good. I think some of them will be light-hearted. I don't think all of them will be. I think it will be different. And I think like films like Wonder Woman 84 were more lighter because they're scared of the critics now, which they shouldn't be doing that. With enough prep time, the Nerdman, I'm betting it now. If Paul Dano has a meaty role, Riddler will become as popular as the Joker. Yes, I agree, definitely. Drizzy Dre, HBO Max is going to do the Snyderverse because they're going to need all the content they can get in the coming years, especially when HBO Max goes global and they see the numbers for Zack Snyder's Justice League. It'd be interesting. I don't think anything's... Look, this industry, these things change every day, every minute, every second. You can't say nothing. You can never say something isn't happening. So always have hope. Drizzy Dre, by the end of this year, maybe. Bobcat, I think everyone is comic relief now. This movie won't be as serious. It will be dark and serious in some places, but everyone will be comic relief. Yeah, I think there's a balance. There's a balance in this film. Listen, there's a definite balance in this film. But you'll be surprised how dark this film gets. It's not another Guardians of the Galaxy, which I said when I spoke about seeing the film. That I can assure you. But there is levity, and there's nothing wrong with having a bit of levity in a film as long as you can get the gags right. So what are we going to say? I think another couple of minutes and we'll close off the stream. But it's been a really fun stream. I always hate saying goodbye. Every time we say goodbye, I cry a little. Every time we say goodbye. So yeah, if just put some stuff on there. If there's anything else you want me to say, please say it now or forever hold your peace, or at least till tomorrow's Big Mouth Daily or tomorrow night's live video. I hope you're enjoying the live streams. A few more people in tonight, which has been great, and I've been able to hold most of your attention as well, which is great. Bobcat, did you cry during the film? Yes. There are some very sad moments, very sad. I cried as much as I laughed, and I think that's the perfect thing. If you laugh and cry in a movie, that's perfect. But I don't mind totally dark, serious films. I don't think there's a wrong way or right way. The Superman Reeve movies had comedy in places. Doesn't make them bad movies. With enough prep time, the Nerdman. Jim Lee isn't great because he's a bit of a Batman fanboy. He was a big proponent of some of the worst ideas that DC has been behind recently. I actually think Jeff was ideal apart from his ego. Well, we don't really know Jeff or his ego, do we? Look, just because everyone gets these accusations. Zack Snyder gets accused of being a Batman fanboy. Yeah, focusing more on him than Superman. So I'm not sure about that one. Abraham Herrera. What I love about Zack is his comedy because it's always realistic. Like when you're with your friends and someone just makes you laugh out of nowhere. Army of the Dead seems to have that. I can't wait. Yes, there seems to be lots of levity in that film. Bobcat, Thinker and Starro are the villains. Do you know what? Before I saw it, that was certainly, all I'm going to say is that was my theory too. Abraham Herrera, wait. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Still waiting. Ronnie Dodge, I don't think the Snyderverse will continue while Ray Fisher is carrying on with his behaviour. Well, I think, listen, at the end of the day, if it's that profitable, they'll bring it in somehow. But Zach said himself they don't want him, so it's not looking good. Let's see, but you can't really always trust what Zach says. But we'll see. Yusuf Al-Judan, Justice Society World War II. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. Lots to watch. I saw the first episode of Invincible, by the way. What a great twist in the end. Bobcat, Thinker is definitely going to mess some people up. Might be a government thing and Boomerang betraying them. Yeah, maybe. Drizzy Dre, Wonder Woman 84 was very good for me. The ending was great. To make it awesome, Cheetah and Wonder Woman should have fight for at least 25 minutes and then the demon from the stone. Right, listen. The third act of Wonder Woman 84 is very good. The speech is inspirational and I cried. But that, for me, that doesn't make a good movie. What about the rest of the movie? With enough prep time, the Nerd Man, he was egotistical, and I'm a big fan of Jeff, but he came in and completely changed Aquaman and cancelled Fumiya's Flash because he wanted them to make his versions of the characters. By the way, with enough prep time and the Nerd Man, he was right to change Aquaman, Drizzy Dre, and then have the ending they have. Bobcat, if I had to make living predictions, it would be Harley Ratcatcher 2 and Boomerang. Well, I'm not going to say anything, but that would be kind of a sane thing to look at. It would be understandable for people to think that if you think this is a safe movie where the predictable people live and the predictable people die. That's what I'm going to say on that one. Right, I'm going to read out one more comment, then I really have to go. Unfortunately, because I've chatted to you guys all night, it's so much fun for a geek to talk to other geeks. So one more comment. I'm going to read one more comment, right? If another comment comes in straight behind it, I'll read that. But one more comment, then I have to go, unfortunately. But it's been such fun, guys. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man, but Zach was egotistical as well. Deconstructing Superman and not listening to fans after Man of Steel. Well, to be fair, he didn't write Man of Steel. David Goyer did, and they got rid of David Goyer. So maybe they did listen to fans, but I actually love what Goyer did with Man of Steel. Ronnie Dodge, I do wonder they will make spin-offs from the Flash movie on HBO Max. He's going to get a spin-off for sure. I think we're going to have to wait a while for it, but something's going to happen there, yeah. Bobcat, most people would think Polka Dot Man, Bloodsport, and King Shark would die, but this is unpredictable. Yep. Ben Pottimore, bye, Mick. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Ben. Bobcat, I meant live. Oh, right. You meant live. Okay, fair enough. Right. Bobcat, Ben Pottimore, Ronnie Dodge, Bobcat. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man, and the rest of you whose names are not on my feed right now. And I'm sorry I can't remember your names. I'm fucking shit with names. I appreciate your support, your questions, your comments. You've been absolutely fantastic. Abraham Herrera, thank you, Abraham, as well. Take care, man. You take care as well. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man. I'm done if Amanda Waller dies. Abraham Herrera, see you soon. Abraham, see you soon. Bobcat, see you soon. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man. Take care. Thank you, guys. Thank you again. And I'll see you again for more live streams here on Big Mouth. Until then, goodbye. Drizzy Dre, much respect, everyone. You too, Drizzy Dre. Ronnie Dodge, take care, mate. Take care, Ronnie. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, and thanks.